Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I will be doing the Dave Goggins 4x4x48 challenge for a charity, which this year the charity will be named Squash Busters. It's a charity out of the Boston and New England area that works with roughly 400 students a year. It gives them access to people and opportunities that can change the trajectory of their life and really gives them great opportunities through sport and education to better their lives and maybe give them some opportunities that they wouldn't have otherwise. It's an absolutely great cause. This is my third year doing the 4x4x48. The first year I did it with an average of 6:24s per mile. The second year I did it with 6:13s per mile. And this year I'll be attempting 6:10s per mile to really up the challenge. That's what the goal of this challenge really is, to challenge yourself mentally and physically and to raise some money for a fantastic cause. I'll be running the Boston Marathon this year. I'm right in the middle of Boston Marathon training. I'm grateful for Squash Busters giving me an opportunity to run for them and represent them, and I'm really hoping to raise some money for them. They certainly deserve it, and it's an awesome cause. So I'll leave a link below. You can check them out. You can check that link out and follow along or donate to the cause. That'd be fantastic. Let's see what happens this year and let's have some fun. What's up, guys? Just heading into town right now for the first run of the day, first run of the challenge. I have to grab some stuff and then I'm going to be meeting up with somebody for the first segment. We certainly have some interesting weather here in Pennsylvania today. It snowed this morning for a while and then it eventually switched over to freezing rain. A lot of slushy stuff over the last hour or two. And I'm sure over the next hour or two it'll switch back to snow and then probably ice. Everything will be iced over pretty good. So off to an interesting start and we'll see how everything shakes out. I'll be sure to let you guys know how everything went after this first one. Thanks for tuning in. Here's a look at what we're working with outside. Stay hard. All right, guys, quick update. Just finished the first leg. It is absolutely wicked out here. First celebrity appearance is Eli. Big shout out to him for coming out. I don't know if you can see this slushy mess we have out here, but it was an absolutely wicked first one, but he killed it, drug me along. Done with 4. See you for the next set. What's up, everyone? Heading out for another run. Driving out to meet a bunch of people for this segment. Pretty excited. Just noticed the truck's gas light just came on. She needs some gas. I'm not there yet, but I'm sure at some point during this challenge, at least by the end, I'm gonna need some gas too, but hopefully we can hold out till then. In the meantime, I'll stop and fill this baby up so she's good to go. Stop to get gas, one of my favorite places in the world. The Sheets local gas station. Well, a couple states actually in the area, but I've been called the #1 customer by employees and friends on multiple occasions because I love it here so much. Food is great, gas prices are competitive, and it's a quick stop, so good times. Great. All right, we just finished the 8 of 48 miles. It's 11 p.m. The weather got substantially better. It stopped raining and the slush started to melt quite a bit. It might be starting to freeze over a little bit, but conditions were definitely a lot better. Got a big crew for this one. Jake, Steve, and Ben, thanks for coming out. They did a great job, pushed me along. Can't wait to get after the next one. We'll see you soon. Just a quick update after the first 2. I keep forgetting to say it after the run. The first run was 4 miles at 6:09, and the second run was 4 miles at 6:07. So I'm ahead of the goal pace of 6:10s overall for the whole thing, and I hope to keep building on that momentum. What's up, everyone? Just a little update after the 3 a.m. one. I got home from the 11 o'clock one and I ate. Hung out for a while. I don't have any windows open, so I wasn't really paying attention to outside. I had assumed it had just calmed down. But when I came outside, ready to go for my 3 a.m. one, we had a fresh inch of snow. As you can see, it's falling behind me here. The ground's completely covered now. So this was by far the most interesting one. With the snowfall and the first run that really had hills, almost 400 feet of elevation after running the first couple flat. It was, I was overcompensating with the legs spinning a little bit and ended up with 4 miles at 5:54 pace. They were pretty much all exactly around that split for an even time. But, you know, take the wins where you can get them. I wore a fresh pair of shoes for this one. Only had 5 miles on them. Gave me some grip, some bounce. Big shout out to Hoka. I've had a million pairs of these Hokas. They're just incredible shoes. So, continuing to be off to a great start. I might pay for this one a little bit later. Might pay for it at 7 a.m. I don't know. We'll see how it goes and see you in a little bit. Stay hard. It's 4 a.m. right now, I think. I just sat down after a warm shower and did my post-run stretches, which are really important, by the way. We'll get to that later on. But every year for this challenge, my mom makes me a couple meals that last me through the weekend. I usually eat between every other meal. I could definitely eat between every meal, but it's definitely not necessary. I'll snack on something with protein or carbs maybe every other meal and then eat a full meal in between. But for this meal, I got a full plate of stuffed shells taken from the fresh pan. And behind me over here, I have a crock pot full of goulash. I'll probably show you guys later when I crack into that, but just a look into a little bit of what I'm being eaten. And I can't wait to chow this down and hang out until the next one. See you at 7 a.m. All right, everyone. Out here for my 7 a.m. run, first one. Miles 12 through 16. I haven't gotten any videos of me running, sorry about that. Just been focused on other people and hitting these paces. I'm 1.25 miles into this one. A plow truck just passed me, cleared off the roads, threw some rock salt. Roads are in pretty decent shape. Unfortunately, the wind is absolutely howling now. Just getting all of Pennsylvania's best throughout this entire thing. But you gotta love it. Stuff that makes you stronger, mentally tough. That's what this challenge is all about. Let's stay on it. What is up? Just finished mile 16. Like I said, the roads weren't too bad. They were a little slick with a sheet of slush/ice, but mostly just a vicious wind right now. It's supposed to be windy for a little bit more today, and then it's supposed to clear up eventually, so take what we got. 16 in. That was 6:10 pace. I put an emphasis on getting back to goal pace so I wasn't stressing the system too much this early on so I don't bonk later on. Not that it won't happen still, but feeling pretty solid. And next is the 11 a.m. run, which is one of the 2 group runs I have scheduled. So see if we can get a turnout and hammer one out with a bunch of people. All right, guys, it's almost 11 a.m., the first 11 a.m. time slot. Both 11 a.m.s are set as group runs for anyone that wants to join in the community or anybody that's following along. Probably have more people the second day, but we have a really nice turnout of people for the first one. So I'm excited to get after it and see other people get after it too today. So stay tuned. We just finished the 11 a.m. group run. The wind is still howling from earlier. It's not quite as bad, but it's still pretty good. But the trail was absolutely wicked. The trail was spin cycle the whole way, and this grade out here is 50 feet down for the first 2 miles, and then you come back up 50 feet for the back 2. And the spin coming back up with a headwind was really something else for a challenge. But we got it done. 4 miles at 6:06 this time around, with a great crew to push along. And we'll see you in a couple hours. All right, guys, here's another one of my meals. Got the big thing of goulash. One of my friends gave me a bunch of venison meat, and my mom mixed in a nice big thing goulash. I'm gonna get myself a heaping plate of this right now and fuel up for the next one. Let's go! 2 miles into the 20 to 24 right now. Hip flexors are really tight. Move to the road though. The road's dry. That's helping a bunch. Thanks for tuning in. Just finished mile 24, which means I'm halfway home. I was trying to stick with 6:10s. I was able to get to a dry road so I can get back to normal pacing, but my pacing is a little bit off right now. I think the legs are starting to get a little bit tired. They're definitely a little sore. But that one was 6:04s, so still fast. Adding to the buffer. Hopefully I don't have to use that. Feeling pretty solid cardio-wise. Just gotta hold it together. Hey everyone, finally got one of these to work in landscape mode while I was running. Looks really blurry, sorry. Out here for 24 to 28. Trying a different spot on the road again though, so that's good. See what we can do. Thanks for tuning in if you're still here. Stay hard. All right, just finished 28. Clear skies, beautiful night. The roads are clear. Legs are feeling pretty solid. Got a little bit of a cramp in the left calf. Made sure to get some potassium in. I'll be sure to keep on top of that. But we're getting there. Over halfway and over 24 hours in. Zach Wortman was a participant for this one virtually. He doesn't live around here, so he contributed how he could. Pumped to have him along for the ride. See who else we can get out before I stretch. This is mile 28 to 32 coming up. It's 11 p.m. This should be my last solo run. The next 4 I have booked out with people. It's gonna be great. I'm having fun. Hope you guys are enjoying watching. See you in a bit. Stay hard. 32 miles in the books. That was a somewhat tough 4 miles. 4.02 at 6:05 pace. Cardio-wise, I feel fantastic. The breathing is good, but the legs are definitely starting to hang up and drag a little bit, as is to be expected though. Nothing like a challenge that makes you work. It's the whole reason I set a tough goal for myself and continued with marathon training this week, even with this challenge. I didn't want it to be easy, and it's not, so keep chipping away at it. I got a big group coming for this next 3 a.m. segment. Really looking forward to it. Can't wait to bring it home with friends in the community. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, we just finished mile 36. Mile 36. We did this leg on the track, the local track, with 3 very willing gentlemen at 3 a.m. 3 legs to go. That ended up being the fastest one at just over 4 miles at 5:53 pace per my watch. So definitely have a good buffer going into these next couple and try to stay on it. See what happens. Stay hard. Hey, good morning, everyone. It is 6:30, second day. I'm going to pick up my friend Ben, who's doing this leg with me. We're doing something a little different. We're doing a point-to-point run. Both to change it up and because in this marathon training that I'm doing currently, it's really important to do some downhill training. I did Pittsburgh Marathon last year, and the downhill late when my legs were tired didn't do me any favors. Even though I had trained for it, I still wasn't as prepared as I could have been. My coach and I, EJ, are working on making sure that I'm as well prepared as I can be for Boston this year. For those downhills when my legs are tired, like they are right now. So I'm gonna hit some downhills on this stretch, and should be fun and different. So, going to pick him up, come back up to the top, and get these next 4 miles. Thanks for sticking with me. See you in a little bit. All right. We're out here for 36 to 40. Coming down a nice hill. I've never run down this hill before, actually. It's a big one. Nice little challenge for late. You'd think from afar, if you've never tried this with tired legs, downhill's easier. I'm pretty capped out right now at the pace I'm running in terms of leg effort. So I'm just gonna keep moving forward here and finish this one off. Post miles 36 through 40. Ben just drug me through that downhill run. That was definitely the hardest run so far for me. Without a doubt, I was taxing pretty good and capped out for basically that entire thing. And Ben decided to go get an extra mile in sub 5 afterwards. So kudos to him. 8 miles to go. Let's get it. Here we are for the second 11 a.m. group run out here on the trail again. The trail is somewhat clear this way. Looks like the further we back, we might get some snow. I'm probably just gonna see what happens. Hopefully not too much spinning, but have a really nice group turnout. for this second group run, and we're gonna get to 44. One to go after this. Just finished 44. These people need a shout out. Alex, killing it. Got a couple more coming in. Nice little turnout for this second group run. Eli, this is his third or fourth. He absolutely killed it this weekend. Good work, Eli. Nice job, man. Here comes Steve, who also did a whole bunch of them. All right, Steve. Good work, man, good work. And there's a couple more back there even. So as you just saw, couple of the finishers. We just finished 44. I had 4.01 at 5:52. This trail was in much better shape this time around. Still some snow patches throughout, which made it a nice little challenge with some spinning. And the ground's a little squishy, but that's okay. Helps the knees out. Might be working a little harder, but saving me in the long run and taking it easier for the last 4 coming up. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Here's a couple more finishers coming in. You got the All-Star Grace finishing up. Nice job. And then my mom. Great work, guys. Nice job. All right, heading into town right now for the final 4 miles. Meeting with a bunch of guys. Should be a great group, like all of them have been. The sun is shining. It is an absolute beautiful day and a beautiful time to end this challenge after fighting through some crazy weather throughout this whole thing. It's just progressively gotten better, which has been really nice. Gonna do this last 4 on the track. It's gonna be great. We'll see what happens. I'm teetering right on the edge of averaging sub 6. So I have to go slightly under as an average for these 4 to solidify that. So I don't know if it's in the legs. I hope it is. We'll get it. Stay hard. What's up, everyone? Just finished 48 of 48. What an incredible experience. What a great group for the last 4. Joe, Julian, and Jake joined me up on the track. Picture perfect day. Was able to get out in shorts and a t-shirt. Got the Goggin shirt on. I'm not crazy. I'm just not you. Happy to be done. Kind of sad I'm done at the same time, but until next year, looking forward to challenging myself again. I have a charity page up for this, for Boston Marathon. I'll put a link somewhere for you guys to follow if you're interested in donating. If not, thanks for tuning in. Stay hard. Hey, what's up, guys? Time for a little post 4x4x48 recovery. Got 28 pounds of ice filling my water up, my bathtub. I don't have my galvanized steel ice bathtub out at the new house yet. And don't mind the orange bathtub. I have well water out here, so it's got all kinds of minerals and stuff in it. Can't really do anything about it. But we're gonna get this ice in here, and this water is nice and cold. It comes from a well in the ground, so it's even colder than hose water actually. But ice baths are my absolute favorite recovery for post-workout. If you've never done it, I highly encourage you to try it out. So like I said, I'm making do with the bathtub. Does the trick though. Even get to cheat a little bit and keep my toes out. But I'll sit in here for 12 minutes. I'm about 7 minutes in right now. First couple minutes are the hard ones, and then you're pretty set after that. But good to slosh the legs around and keep the cold water dispersing all around them. I think the cat even wants in. Maybe not. All right, everyone. So now I bundled up fully after the ice bath. I like to naturally let the blood rush back into the body, the lower extremities, flush all the junk out, and then in a couple hours I'll take a warm shower. I'm already shaking because I'm starting to get cold now that I'm out of there. Sorry for the crappy camera work, but just want to take a second to say thanks for following along for the weekend, the whole challenge. If you made it to the end of this video, I greatly appreciate it. Please consider donating to the cause. I'm really excited to run Boston this year. It's for a great cause. The link will explain everything in there. And that's a wrap for the weekend. I highly encourage you to go read Dave Goggins' 2 books, follow him on social media platforms, and live more like him. Stay hard.